Welcome back to the Wildlands Garden, and tonight we're looking back at June of last year 2023, and we're going to take a look at some of the magic ingredients in our compost that can seriously kickstart the plant growth in your garden. And we revisit the banana circle for more tips on composting, mulching. We find out what biochar is and how you can use that also to benefit your garden and faster plant growth. And we share more growing tips and gardening hacks. So enjoy tonight's episode. So let's talk about compost. You'll have seen in past videos that we do make our own compost, but we don't make it on a big enough scale. So we collect up our kitchen waste and scraps and we put that in. We put straw in, we put chicken soiled straw in, and we sometimes put some wood chips and maybe a bit of manure, and we leave that over winter. And then in the late spring we have lots of compost. So we've got one load of our own compost which is manure heavy, which is down by the chickens, and that's all ready, and we have been using that but mixing it with store-bought compost. Whereas this stuff, this is the elixir of growing, and it is made up of 50% composted wood chips that have come from elm and olives and lots of other hardwood trees, and that is mixed up with 40 or 50% cow and sheep manure and then mixed with biochar, and it's all composted for at least 3 months to make this beautiful, rich, organic compost which we're going to use as a mulch. So I'm going to start that off and I'm going to mulch the borders around my banana circle and the banana circle itself. I'm also going to add the final layer on the current layer of compost in the centre of the banana circle. So those of you that have watched the banana circle from the beginning will remember from the top of the berm, which is the hump of the outside donut of the banana circle, to the bottom is 3 foot. And you can see we've filled that up with alternate layers of lots of straw, wood chip, organic stuff, weeds, kitchen waste, etc., just like we do with our other compost. So let's get some of this goodness down the land and onto my beds. That's that, given a nice mulch on the top, just ½ an inch or so spread around, a bit thick around some of the bananas. And then because the compost was a little bit dry from being out in the sun, which is not great for it, I've got me sprinklers on even though it is raining at the moment, just to get it moistened and settled down. I'm really liking how my banana circle is turning out. It's looking absolutely pucker, even though I say so myself. So I'm very confident that I can get some bananas next summer, because if you remember, it's going to take 15 months from planting, so they've been in a couple of months. So we're looking at July or August of next year for bananas, so fingers crossed. No surprise that I'm back at the banana circle, which is one of my favourite places on the wildlands. It's amazing to think that the banana circle itself, the hole, was only dug 12 weeks ago. It's 5 weeks today since I planted any plants, including the bananas, so it's just doing fabulously well. So over the last 12 weeks, if you remember, the very centre of the donut at the bottom in the middle is 3 foot from roughly the level it's at now, and it's been filled in with 5 or 6 layers of alternating compost making materials. So that's straw, greens, urine, small twigs, garden waste, weeds, kitchen waste and so on. I'm going to do the final layer before the summer. So I have this week put some more straw, some grasses, some weeds. I've chopped down a few bushes, put that on the top. They've already started browning off and rotting down. So what I'm going to do in the final layer is I'm going to add 1 tub of kitchen tissue and some kitchen waste, put that on the top, and then on top of that I'm going to put a bit of biochar, and I'll talk to you about biochar a bit later on in the video. And then on top of that I'm going to top it off with another layer of wood chip, which I've done on every single of the 5 or 6 layers that are already there. And then I'm going to water it all in, so to speak, with 10 litres of urine, which you can treat as a green. So when you're making compost, there's all kinds of different recipes and all kinds of supposed percentages. I tend to just go for roughly 50-50 green and brown. So brown is twigs, wood chip, straw, hay and so on. And greens is anything organic, kitchen waste, all your carrots, tomatoes, all that kind of stuff. Anything green out the garden, weeds and so on. But urine, being nitrogen based, classes as green, so that will really get the compost kick starting, and then all the nutrients from the compost as it's made and all the runoff from the compost that would normally go to the bottom of your compost pile is going to go to the bottom of the roots of all my lovely bananas and feed them up, make them grow really big and give me lots of fruit next summer.
Biochar is a specific type of charcoal that's made by a process called pyrolysis, which is when organic matter such as wood chips is burnt or heated in the absence of oxygen. It's the pyrolysis process that leads to its physical attributes, such as being black and having that tinkly sound and being very, very lightweight. It also has, each piece has a very large surface area, which is ideal for the soil bacteria to get in there and colonize. Biochar is beneficial for soil health because it can hold on to moisture and nutrients, bacterial microbes as well, and it improves the soil structure, leading to better aeration and better drainage. So biochar is a really, really good idea. You can mix it in with your compost, you can sprinkle it on the top of your beds, and it's absolutely going to do wonders for your soil health, which is what it's all about.
So there we go, all layered. Final one was 10 litres of urine. So I put the sprinklers on as well to water that in, get it down the bottom. It's all looking very lovely. And it's amazing to think that 5 or 6 of these different layers have sunk down. There must be so much goodness at the bottom. And in the autumn, we'll probably come in and give it a turn as well before we start again for next year. So it's all very exciting. So that's another job done on the Wildlands. And let's see how our banana circle gets on. But I just want to point out that the alocasias that we struggled with last year, alocasias are giant taros, so the tubers are edible, but they're a fabulous architectural plant, and I put them in the banana circle because they do like heat. So since we've put in these misters, there's a lot greater humidity, and some of the alocasias, despite only 1 month in the ground, are doing fabulous. I'm hoping they're going to get massive. So I'll show you what they look like now, and then in a couple of weeks or a month I'll show you how they're doing and see how we're getting on. Banana circle looked fabulous in June of last year, and in July and August of last year she put on some amazing growth, which I look forward to sharing with you in the next episode. And now that we're in March of 2024, we've got another month, maybe 2 months, till we can unwrap and unveil the bananas and see how they have slept and how they've fared over the winter and the frosts, where we're on an exciting journey to see if we can get bananas overwintered through the winter and then growing into their second year so that they can provide us with lots of lovely fruit. And if you've got any questions on tonight's episode, or if you've got any tips of your own to share, do please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you and discuss your own successes and even failures. And hit subscribe for more growing tips and gardening hacks from the Wildlands Garden. We'll see you very soon from our lovely garden and food forest in Portugal. Thanks for watching. Ciao.